Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ray J Reviews, a chance for you to learn about what I've been doing lately and hopefully get out and do some of these things yourself. Today, I'm going to tell you about a great adventure I got to have. I went to the 52nd annual Model A Texas Tour, and it was a completely different event than I expected. I expected a lot of nice cars, but I didn't expect all the fun we were going to have and the nice hotel we got to stay in and the interesting people I got to meet.
My name's Tex Willis, and I'm from Winsboro, Texas, and I came into Model A Club when I was born, so I've really had a good time growing up around the Model A's. It's a great hobby. It's fun. It's a good family hobby for everybody to be around. I got Bobby here, too. You can see it's been raining, and they're trying to stay dry. But Bobby was born in the Model A Club as well in 2002. I did 25 and a half years in the military, and when I was getting ready to retire, all these sergeant majors and first sergeants kept telling me, Willis, you need to do something fun. And went to auctions quite a bit, and it was on my bucket list, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to auctioneer school. So I went to auctioneer school in 2010, and when I retired in 2011, started up my business, and we do consignment auctions, estate auctions. But what I really like doing is benefit auctions. A lot of fun, and have a lot of fun doing it. Well, I got a 1929 Rolls Canarly. It rolls down one hill and can hardly make it up the next. I got a good sound car and just fixed it back up rusty. I've customized it with about everything I can think of, and I'm still adding to it. And a lot of times when people restore a car, they want to put their name on it. So like you'll see a truck with that canopy on the back, and they'll put like Willis Produce and put a little plastic fruit in the back or something. And that's not me. My daddy has always been at the back, and he's always been the last one. So somebody breaks down, grab a screwdriver, pair of pliers, whatever we need, and help them out. So I grew up working on these Model A's and helping others out. And I feel like my calling is to help others if I can. So I decided to go with a Model A service truck. And I got a bunch of old stuff in there, but down in the bottom I've got rebuilt carburetors, rebuilt, you know, everything you might need to get on the side of the road and get going. But I can get you back to the hotel, and if I can't, I have a tow bar, and I have towed Model A's behind my truck.
The event was headquartered, I guess you could say, at the MCM Elegante in Beaumont, Texas. At the Elegante, I don't know the whole background history of it, but it seems to be an older hotel that's been renovated. It's very beautiful. It's a conference center, not just a hotel, and had a beautiful pool and just a lot of meeting rooms, great restaurants, and little pubs and everything. Really a lot of fun. The group was there, headed up by Doug Busker. He ran the event. He organized it with the help of a lot of volunteers, of course, and really managed to pull off a great, fun event with just a lot of activities. Beaumont is located a couple hours east of Houston, and not many people know about Beaumont. It was actually was one of the boom towns where they struck oil in 1901 and was one of the largest producing fields. And Beaumont is a kind of interesting place. It's has some older sections, some renovated sections, kind of historic and more modern city, as well as the home of Lamar University, where I graduated. As I mentioned, one of the oil findings there was at the Spindletop, they called it, and that was 1901. It was one of the largest in American history. And we went over to the Spindletop Museum, and every day at a certain time they reenact the oil gusher coming out of the Spindletop. It's pretty fun.
It's not much of a gusher yet, is it? There it goes.
The event had a lot of things I did not expect, a lot more entertainment. It had a lot of just variety and things going on all the time. In addition to swap meets and some technical discussions about doing automobile repair of various types. In this case, it was repairing the internal parts of a seat. They had Also some car games we got to play, which involved trying to change out spark plugs as fast as you could, or throw tires over a Model A headlight and blow up a balloon, which would be like pumping up a tire. And of course at the event, as you'd expect, we had Elvis.
Do anything you wanna do, honey, lay off of my shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything, lay off of my blue suede shoes.
Our Elvis impersonator there was having a whole lot of fun entertaining everyone, and everyone was having a great time watching it. They had plenty to eat there, breakfast and dinner. You were on your own for lunch, but the meals were quite good. Got progressively better as we moved through the weekend. And usually after the meal there'd be something going on, an auction, for example.
Got 200 right here.
All right, we got 200. This thing's worth $300. If I could bid, but they forbid me to bid, I would go 300 of it.
So,
40, 35 now, $40 minimum, $40, $40, we're gonna be $40. 35 now, $40 minimum. This can be whatever you want it to be. $40 here, or $40, $50.
Another unique thing I got to see while I was there was the Hubley Car Races.
The J. The triple J.
So you can see we had a lot of fun at that. The next evening when we had dinner, we had some more entertainment. This was some country and western music.
stuck in the sand, but the road you're my girl, and I just dream of the way I am.
And we had a sing-along which involved using kazoos. Anyway, so, and like I said, we had a whole lot of fun, and we got to be a little bit silly, as I demonstrate here, and just had a great time. The next day was Saturday. We had the big tour, which was driving out from Beaumont out to Sour Lake, and we were convinced by the mayor of China, there is a China in Texas, to go through China on our way to Sour Lake. And it was a pretty big event for the people in that town, and I actually got to talk with the mayor and the mayor pro tem.
I'm John Walker, the mayor of China, Texas. We have 1,160 people here. We're about 70 miles east of Houston, 10 miles west of Beaumont, Texas. And like I say, 1,160 God-fearing souls here in China.
It is a rural community that is mostly farmland, and it's now moving into a different phase that we're growing, but we'd like to keep it as a rural community, and it's just an interesting place to live. It's kind of laid back. New organization is called ACT, and we have people that are involved, community involvement, that's going to try to get things like that going again for us. And that's what we're interested in as a city, for the people.
So we headed out from China, heading west, went out to Sour Lake. Sour Lake is not too far from Beaumont, actually, and they, like Beaumont, had a big oil boom there, and it's actually the birthplace of Texaco. But prior to the oil boom, they actually had, as the name implies, Sour Lake. The lakes there were fed with some kind of sulfurous streams with a lot of mineral content, and I guess the water was a little bit warm, and people came there for the medicinal properties or health properties, and Sam Houston actually frequented there. But those went away, which actually there were big hotels and bathhouses and mineral springs. And that all kind of got pushed away when the oil boom started. and it got filled with saloons. Anyhow, they produced a lot of oil there, and they started around 1902. They still produce oil to this day, and they also are home to one of the largest sinkholes in Texas. Being part of a Model A club is a bit of a commitment. In addition to the cost of owning a vehicle and maintaining a vehicle, getting it to an event like this is not the easiest thing in the world. You don't just hop in the car, turn on the air conditioning, and drive off across town to the event. Many people bring their cars on trailers for that reason, but quite a few of them actually make the trip in the Model A that they're going to show. One of the couples that I met drove their Model A from the Tomball area all the way to Beaumont, and it wasn't without its challenges.
I'm Dan Kuntz. I have a 1929 Model A two-door. Been a member of Piney Woods Model A Club for about 7 years. That's about how long I've had my car. A little history on driving from Houston for this the 52nd annual Texas Tour in Beaumont. We started in Northwest Houston, and it's about a 120-mile trip for us. And on the way, had several confugulies, I might call it. The first one was it started running rough, and we found that the rotor had actually come apart. So we put a new rotor on it, and it started and it ran, and we went headed for the lunch spot in Huffman. We again found a couple of problems, and we changed out the coil because we thought the coil might be breaking down because it was hot. We rechecked the timing, we checked the water, put a little water in it, and basically went down the road. So we got down the road, we changed the distributor out, and it ran pretty good. And I have an overheating problem. We can't figure out what it is, but at about 230 degrees, I stopped and opened up the radiator. There was no water in it. We put water in it. Went on down the road, it ran fine until it got to another 230 degrees. We stopped at a little convenience store, put more water in it. It was running about 220 degrees when I got here to the hotel. Most of the people showed up about 3 o'clock, 2:30. I got here at 5:30.
Well, that's about all I have to tell you about the Model A tour in Beaumont, Texas. I hope that you'll go out and do something just like yourself, join a club or go at least attend one of the events. It's a lot of fun. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And I hope you'll go see a few of my other episodes and learn about what other things I've been doing lately. But most importantly, I hope that you'll get out and enjoy life. I think this is defective.